He looked like everything women were told to want. Wealthy, charming, powerful, dangerous in the most attractive way, private jets, five-star hotels, luxury dinners, expensive suits, a life that looked untouchable. But behind the luxury lifestyle, behind the name, behind the perfect photos, was a man who never owned any of it. He borrowed everything, even his identity. And the most shocking part? The money didn't come from business. It came from love, from trust, from women who believed they were helping someone they cared about. By the time the truth was discovered, millions of dollars were gone, and across Europe, lives had been financially destroyed. This is the story of the Tinder Swindler, a story about how romance became a weapon, and how one man turned dating apps into a global fraud machine. His real name was Shimon Yehuda Hayut. He was born in 1990 in Kiryat Yam, Israel, a small coastal town near Haifa. He did not grow up rich. There were no diamond empires, no private jets, no luxury lifestyle waiting for him. His childhood was ordinary. His father worked in aviation-related fields. His mother lived a quiet life away from the spotlight. He had siblings, but little is publicly known about their lives. From the outside, nothing seemed unusual. But inside, something was forming. A mindset, a belief that would later define his entire life. That appearance mattered more than truth, and that if you controlled perception, you could control reality. As he grew older, Shimon Hayut did not follow a normal path. Instead of education or stable work, he became involved in fraudulent behavior early in life. Small scams at first, fake documents, stolen checks, identity manipulation. Nothing global yet, but repetitive patterns were forming. He wasn't building a career, he was building a method, and that method was simple. If people believe you are powerful, they will not question you. He learned something dangerous very early. Confidence beats evidence. As legal pressure increased in Israel, he left the country. Europe became his new playground, and this is where the transformation happened. He changed his identity. He became Simon Leviev. The name wasn't random. It was carefully chosen to imitate a wealthy diamond family, instantly creating the illusion of elite status. Now, when people heard his name, they didn't see a fraudster. They saw wealth, diamonds, generational money. And that was enough. Because in social life, perception opens doors faster than truth. Now, living under a new identity, he needed proof of wealth. But instead of earning it, he staged it. Private jets, often borrowed or arranged through others, luxury hotels across Europe, designer clothing and watches, fake business meetings, social media glamour. Everything looked real, but it was all performance. And the most important part? He was not paying for any of it. He was using money taken from previous victims to maintain the illusion. A cycle was forming. One woman's trust funded the next lie. One relationship funded the next date. It was not romance, it was recycling deception. Then came his most powerful tool, dating apps. He used Tinder like a system, not for dating, for selection. He targeted professional women, independent travelers, emotionally open individuals. His approach was calculated. Step 1, instant attraction, fast communication, charm, compliments, intensity. Step 2, emotional acceleration. Within days, he created the feeling of deep connection. Step 3, luxury exposure. He showed private jets, expensive hotels, business travel. Step 4, emotional dependency. He made women feel chosen, unique, and part of something exclusive. And once trust was fully established, the real game began. This was his signature move, the life or death emergency. He would send messages like, "My enemies are after me. I am in danger and cannot use my accounts. I need urgent help." He always made it emotional, always urgent, always temporary. Then came the request, Can you help me just for a short time? Women believed they were helping a billionaire in danger, so they sent money. First small amounts, then larger, then devastating amounts. Credit cards were used, loans were taken, savings disappeared because they believed it would be returned immediately, but it never was. Instead, he moved on to the next victim. Across Europe, multiple women began to experience the same story. A charming millionaire, a sudden emergency, a request for money, a promise to repay. At first, they thought they were alone, but slowly, patterns emerged. Messages were identical, stories matched, photos were reused. And then came the shocking realization. They were all dating the same man. Once the victims connected, everything changed. They started comparing screenshots, messages, travel photos. The illusion broke. What looked like love was a system, a fraud network powered by emotional manipulation. They went to authorities. Investigations began. Media picked up the story, and suddenly the billionaire heir became a global headline. Authorities across Europe began tracking him, but he was constantly moving, country to country, identity to identity, hotel to hotel. He was not staying in one place long enough to be caught easily, but the net was closing, because digital footprints don't disappear, and too many victims were now speaking. Evidence was overwhelming. Eventually, he was tracked down and arrested. His real identity was confirmed. The billionaire illusion collapsed completely. Shimon Hayut was arrested in Europe and later extradited. The man who once lived in luxury hotels now faced legal consequences. The story that once seemed like a fantasy romance was now a criminal case. He was exposed not just as a scammer, but as someone who systematically exploited emotional trust for financial gain. And the world finally saw the truth behind the image.